This freedom that you're looking for is going to be a result of a certain number of things. What I found was that I had to peel open my heart. I had to look at my very soul and examine it for what it was. And it was like peeling an onion. It sucked, it hurt, I was crying. And I'm looking at what's the most important thing to me. And I got to humor. I figured humor was a funny thing. I was doing stand-up comedy. Then I realized, well, humor, it's not truth. So I got to truth. And then I realized, well, truth without justice doesn't mean nothing. So I got to justice. And then I realized, well, justice for what? There's love. And then I realized anyone can love their own child. Being able to love people who just smacked you in the face, that's where it's probably going to go to, and I got to compassion. Myself and my friends, I did this with Doug, Rob Christie, a couple other people. We dug, and it's almost like for Doug Larson, justice, that's his key. That's what it boils down to. But we've all got the same cards, we just arrange them in slightly different areas. You have to peel apart what you find, because what you're looking for is you're looking for your gift, you're looking for your duty, you're looking for that one thing that you can bring forth no matter where, and no one can knock it out of your hand, and no one can say, put that down and pick this up, because this is more important than that. It might be a gift for writing poetry, it might be music, it might be anything. But once you find that and you start bringing it forth and sharing it, you're going to find a certain process that you're going to undergo. Everyone I've met who I've tried to help with this, they all undergo the same 5 steps all the time. And you will likely see it in yourself and in people you talk to about this information. What's the first one they all do?
Denial.
Denial. No way, dude, not true, not true, no. And he said, ah. They deny. Why do they deny? They're in fear. Fear leads to denial. The second one, what comes after the denial?
Ridicule.
No, that's part of the denial. Anger. People, once they accept it, they get angry, don't they? They've been betrayed, they've been screwed over, they've been paying taxes their whole life for stuff that they haven't been getting any benefits for. People get very angry. They will often stay in their anger forever. And the reason is because they don't want to accept the next one, and that's shame. This is our world. This is our reality. These are our cops, our courts, our government. We let it happen. You can't blame anyone else. It's all on us. There's no way you can say, oh, it's you, not me. It's all of us. Once you accept that responsibility, you will start seeing something amazing. Because it's by accepting responsibility for your past that you develop an ability to control your future. You want power over your future? Accept fully and completely responsibility for your past. The more you accept, the greater power you have over your future. Once you accept that responsibility, you end up seeing what I like to call the unlimited potential. You will find peace and abundance that will blow you away. I started my trip, what, $200 in my pocket, and I'm being treated across the country like I'm something special when I just shower once a week. There's abundance waiting for you. All of you, I swear to God, are far more competent at what you do than what I do. And all of you have this amazing abundance available to you, but if you can't get through those steps, you're never going to get to it. So in order to help you, I wrote a song. Goes like this. Let me tune my guitar. Twang, twang. Okay. I'm glad I'm not a musician. Holy shit, this would suck. Wake up, don't feed your anger. Wake up, don't taste the shame. Wake up and see your power. Wake up and finish your song. Note to self, add hit songwriter to resume. Yeah, folks, if we can get through all of that, you will find that there are ways that we can deal with these cops. I was keeping an after hours club open. And I'm there, I was living there, and so I'm talking to these 4 cops. I'm wearing furry bunny slippers. I'm wearing a funny little kind of sleeping hat head kind of thing. I'm wearing my pajamas and a house coat. And I'm standing out there talking to the cops. And the sergeant comes up. Who's in charge here? Well, with that question, we know you're not. And based on your stripes and their lack of stripes, I can tell none of you are now. And since I live here and you don't, and yours is private property, I can tell you you're trespassing. So I guess it's me. Off you go. And they had to leave. I don't know how well they like that. Some of the things that I found, if you're dealing with cops, they pull you over, you are dealing with human beings who have two needles. If either of these needles get into the red, you are liable for an ass kicking. Your goal is to keep those needles out of the red and get them into the green. And that's kind of tough because they hover right in the orange, eh? These two needles, what are the cops' biggest concerns?
Peace.
No. Their safety, number one, I heard it. The other one? Respect. Human dignity, respect their own safety. If you start treating them in any manner that makes them feel like they're in danger, their needle goes into the red, you're getting your ass kicked. Even if they don't feel they're in danger, piss on their boots, buddy. That needle goes into the red, you're getting your ass kicked. Put them both in there, you could get tasered and dead. Your goal is to try to get them into that green, and the only real way to do that is to bring forth from your own heart that power that you found after you dug and you peeled your onion. You bring them then like a kid bringing mud pie to someone. Wish them God's peace. Let them know that you're not a threat, but then stand your own ground. The biggest problem that people have when they engage in these interactions with cops is that they try to make declaratory statements. These always generate conflict. You can't do that. Okay, conflict, thank you. Let's take it up with the judge. Always ask a question. There's a maximum law that states, he who asks questions is asking because he does not understand his obligations. He wants to so he can keep them. You are completely in honor as long as you keep asking questions. And myself and some friends, we practice this. We will sit there and we get high and drunk and we just try to ask questions and see who answers first. Because in a master-servant relationship, the master asks, the servant answers. And you are going to be in a position where you have to get him to answer your questions. Peace officers have a duty to preserve and maintain the public peace. They also, all cops have this. They all make this oath. Who here watched my last one and did some more? Anyone? Okay, so it'll be old shit for you. You can take a break, go to the washroom or something. All cops, they make two oaths, eh? Cops are not the only peace officers. Mayors are peace officers. Cops are peace officers, process servers, sheriffs. All of these different people are peace officers. They make two oaths. The first oath, they swear to preserve and maintain the public peace. They then make another oath where they swear to be a good mayor, a good peace or a good cop, or whatever it is their secondary oath is. What they will do is they will come at you and they will say, okay, I'm a peace officer, but I'm acting as a policy enforcement officer. They'll ask you for, say, driver's license, registration, insurance. And if you start asking them questions, they'll say, oh, you're interfering with a peace officer, fulfilling his duties, and they'll try to charge you with obstruction of justice or obstructing a peace officer. It's complete bullshit. They're coming at you not as a peace officer, but as a policy enforcement officer, and then they're running back to the peace officer status. Here's how you fix it. The moment they come to the door, God's peace to you, good sir. Are you claiming or seeking contractor conflict? Put it right on the spot. It's either one or the other. Either they're seeking conflict. If they're not, if they're seeking conflict as a peace officer, goodbye, you just lost. If they're claiming contract, fine, show me. If you can't, goodbye, you've lost. If they're saying I'm seeking contract, sorry, not contracting today, goodbye, you're gone. If they're claiming there's conflict, it's up to them to tell you. I've used this 3-4 times. Have a good day. There's absolutely nothing they can do once you put it right on the spot. A peace officer has no right to engage in any sort of intercourse with someone who, if they have not observed them breach the peace. Now, as a policy enforcement officer, they can come and determine, see if you are whether or not you're subject to this policy.